Today we are going to spend a long, calm, friendly session together learning English for job interviews. I want you to imagine that you and I are sitting in a comfortable, quiet room. You are relaxed, you are focused, and you are ready to learn English that will help you feel more confident in real job interviews. I will speak to you like a teacher and also like a friend who wants you to succeed. My goal is to help you express yourself clearly, politely, and professionally in English, even if your English level is beginner or intermediate. You do not need to worry about mistakes. You do not need to worry about sounding perfect. You only need to listen slowly, breathe calmly, and repeat the phrases when I ask you to. We will go step by step and I will guide you through everything you need. Let us start by preparing your mind. Many people feel nervous before a job interview. Maybe you worry that you will not understand the questions, or that your English is not strong enough, or that you will forget what to say. This is normal. Every learner feels this. Even native speakers feel nervous. But today we will train your mind and your voice so that when you go to a real interview you will feel ready and confident. You will know the vocabulary, the phrases, the examples, and the tone you need to use. So take a slow breath and let your body relax. Today we are learning together. Now imagine you are receiving an email that says you have been shortlisted for an interview. Please come to the office tomorrow at 10 a.m. How do you feel? You may feel excited, nervous, or unsure. But after today, I want you to feel prepared. I want you to say to yourself, yes, I can do this. I know what to say. I know how to answer. I know how to introduce myself. I know how to show confidence. I know how to sound polite, friendly, and professional in English. When we begin a job interview, the first moment is very important. It sets the tone. So let me guide you through the first steps. Imagine you walk into the interview room. Someone greets you. They may say hello, good morning. Please have a seat. How are you today? You can reply with a simple, polite sentence. You can say good morning. I am doing well, thank you. How are you? You do not need complex sentences. Clear, simple English is perfect. Let us practice together. I will say the question and you repeat the answer in your mind or out loud. How are you today? And your reply is I am doing well, thank you. How are you? Try saying it slowly with a smile. Now again. I am doing well, thank you. How are you? You hear how natural it sounds. This is enough for a real interview. Next, you need to be ready for the first big question. Almost every interview begins with a variation of tell me about yourself. This question may feel simple, but it is actually very important. It gives the interviewer a first impression of your communication skills, your focus, your confidence, and your professionalism. Many people answer with their entire life story. But in a job interview, you need something brief and clear. Something that tells them who you are, what you do, and what you can bring to the company. Let me help you build a simple structure for this question. You can follow this pattern. First, mention your name if needed. Then mention your education or experience. Then mention your skills and strengths. Then mention why you are excited for the job. Let me give you a simple example using clear, slow English. You can say my name is and I have been working in this field for the last 2 years. I have experience with and I enjoy learning new skills. I am applying for this position because I believe I can contribute and grow with your company. This is polite, clear, organized, and easy to understand. Let us practice together. I will speak slowly and you can repeat. My name is. I have experience in. I am applying for this position because I want to contribute and grow with your company. Very good. You can adjust this sentence based on your background. Now let me give you another example that feels more natural and personal. You can say I am someone who enjoys working with people and solving problems. In my previous job, I learned how to manage tasks, communicate effectively, and stay organized. I am excited about this opportunity because it matches my skills and my career goals. You hear how calm and confident it sounds. Simple words, clear meaning. Let us now do a short listening practice. I will tell you a short story of a person preparing for an interview. Listen closely to the vocabulary and the tone. After the story, I will ask you to repeat some phrases. Here is the story. Raja is preparing for his first job interview in English. He feels nervous because he has never spoken English in a formal situation. He practices every night by standing in front of a mirror. He says, "Hello, my name is Raja. Thank you for giving me this opportunity." He repeats these sentences until he feels comfortable. On the day of the interview, he wakes up early, gets dressed, and reaches the office on time. When the interviewer asks, "Tell me about yourself," he takes a slow breath and answers with confidence. He speaks clearly. The interviewer listens carefully and smiles. Raja realizes that he can do it. He can speak English in an interview. His confidence grows. Now let us repeat some phrases from the story. Repeat after me. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. I appreciate your time. I am ready to learn and contribute. I can speak clearly and confidently. You see how these sentences build a positive mindset. Now let us move to another important part of interview English. The interviewer will often ask, "Why do you want this job?" This question is not only about your need for a salary. It is about your motivation. Companies want people who are interested in the job, who want to grow, and who want to add value. So how do you answer in simple English? You can say, "I want this job because it matches my skills and my interests. I believe I can contribute to your team and learn new things." You can also say, "I am excited about this opportunity because I enjoy this type of work and I want to grow in this field." Let us practice. I will ask the question and you answer. Why do you want this job? Your answer is, "I want this job because it matches my skills and interests and I believe I can contribute to your team." Another version. Why do you want this job? You answer, "I am excited about this opportunity because I enjoy this type of work and I want to grow in this field." Very clear. Very natural. Now let us explore vocabulary that is useful for interviews. Some important words include strengths, weaknesses, responsibility, teamwork, communication, deadline, leadership, problem solving, creativity, training, improvement, and flexibility. These words are very common in interviews. Knowing how to use them naturally will help you sound more confident. Let me give you example sentences. My strengths include communication and teamwork. I am responsible and I complete tasks before the deadline. I enjoy problem solving and learning new skills. I am flexible and can adapt to new situations. These sentences are powerful because they describe you as a capable professional. Let us practice a short speaking exercise. I want you to pick 2 strengths that describe you. Maybe you are patient, hardworking, organized, creative, friendly, or reliable. Now build a simple sentence with these strengths. For example, you can say, "My strengths are that I am patient and organized." Or you can say, "I am hardworking and reliable." Try saying your own sentence out loud. Feel the words. Feel your confidence growing. Now let us talk about the famous question, "What are your weaknesses?" Many people fear this question. They think they must reveal something negative. But in an interview, weaknesses are not about making yourself look bad. They are about showing that you are self-aware and willing to improve. So your weakness should be real but not dangerous. And you must show that you are working to improve it. Here are simple, safe examples. You can say, "Sometimes I focus too much on details, but I am learning to balance accuracy with time management." Or you can say, "I can be shy when speaking in large groups, but I am practicing to become more confident." Or you can say, "I used to struggle with organization, but I now use tools and schedules to stay on track." These answers are honest but positive because they show growth. Let us practice together. I will ask, "What is your weakness?" and you answer with a safe, positive sentence. For example, you can say, sometimes I focus too much on details, but I am improving my time management. Now try your own version. Say it slowly. Remember, you are not criticizing yourself. You are showing that you can grow. Now let us continue with a listening and understanding practice. I will describe a situation and then I will ask you a question that you can answer in your mind. Here is the situation. A candidate named Mira is in an interview. The interviewer asks her, tell me about a challenge you faced at work and how you solved it. Mira thinks for a moment. She explains that in her previous job there was a problem with late deliveries. Customers were unhappy. She took responsibility and talked to the delivery team. She created a simple schedule and reminded the team every morning. Within 2 weeks the delivery timing improved and customers were satisfied again. The interviewer is impressed. Now here is your question. If you were Mira, how would you explain a challenge you solved? Think in simple English. Focus on the problem, what you did, and the result. This type of story is called a situation action result format. It is very useful in interviews. Now let us learn more vocabulary related to achievements. Words like improved, increased, reduced, resolved, managed, completed, delivered, created, designed, organized, and supported are powerful in interviews. For example, you can say, I improved customer satisfaction. I increased team productivity. I reduced errors. I resolved conflicts. I completed projects on time. I organized files. I supported my team. These words show that you take action. Let us do a short repetition exercise. Repeat after me. I improved my performance. I increased my skills. I managed my time well. I completed my tasks responsibly. Excellent. Now we will slowly move into another area of interview English, which is describing your experience. Even if you have little or no work experience, you can still speak confidently. If you have experience, you can say, I have worked for 2 years in customer service. I helped customers solve problems and I learned how to communicate clearly. If you have no experience, you can say, I am new to this field, but I am a quick learner and I am excited to gain experience. You can also mention volunteer work, internships, school projects, or family responsibilities. All of these show that you can handle tasks. For example, you can say, I do not have formal work experience, but I have helped manage my family business and I learned responsibility, communication, and teamwork. Very simple but effective. Now let us practice introductions again, but with different styles. Listen to this introduction. My name is Anjali. I recently graduated with a degree in computer science. I enjoy solving technical problems and learning new tools. I am excited about this role because it gives me a chance to grow and contribute. And here is another introduction. My name is Arjun. I have 4 years of experience in sales. I enjoy working with customers and helping them find solutions. I am applying for this position because I believe my communication skills will be useful for your team. Now imagine your own background and create your introduction in your mind. Keep it short, clear, and positive. Let us continue with pronunciation practice. Many learners worry about pronunciation. But remember, clarity is more important than perfection. Slow speech is better than fast speech. So let us practice a few important interview words slowly. Repeat after me. Responsibility. Communication. Professional. Experience. Opportunity. Improvement. Organization. Confidence. Contribution. Leadership. Now say them again slowly. Good. Now let us talk about the tone of your voice in an interview. Your tone should be calm, friendly, and steady. Not too loud, not too soft. If you sound nervous, it is okay, but try to breathe deeply before answering. You can pause for a moment before speaking. This makes you sound thoughtful and confident. Now let us do a guided breathing exercise to help you feel calm. Take a slow breath in. Hold for a moment. Now exhale gently. Good. Again. Slow breath in. Hold. Exhale. This type of breathing helps you think clearly during an interview. Now let us imagine another dialogue. I will play both parts. Interviewer: hello, welcome. Please have a seat. Candidate: thank you. Interviewer: tell me about yourself. Candidate: my name is Priya. I have experience in marketing and customer support. I enjoy working with people and learning new tools. I am excited about this role because it matches my skills. Interviewer: why do you want this job? Candidate: I want this job because I enjoy this field and I believe I can contribute to your team. Now let us practice creating your own answers mentally. Imagine the interviewer asking you and imagine yourself answering with a calm, confident voice. Let us move to another important question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Companies want to know if you have goals. You do not need dramatic answers. You can say, in 5 years I hope to grow in this company and take on more responsibilities. Or you can say, I want to improve my skills and contribute to important projects. Or you can say, I see myself becoming more confident and capable in my role. Let us practice. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? You answer, I see myself growing with this company and taking on more responsibility. Very good. Now let us talk about teamwork. Interviewers often ask, do you work well in a team? Many jobs require teamwork, so your answer should show cooperation. You can say, yes, I enjoy working in a team. I listen to others share ideas and support my teammates. You can also give a short example, like, in my previous project I worked closely with my team and we completed the work successfully. Now let us practice. Do you work well in a team? And your answer is, yes, I work well in a team. I listen, share ideas and support others. Excellent. Now let us explore communication. Communication is a key skill in almost every job. You can say, I communicate clearly and respectfully. I ask questions when needed and I make sure I understand tasks. These sentences make you sound professional. Let us continue with a short story to help you understand communication in interviews. There was a candidate named Sam. He had good skills, but he spoke too fast. The interviewer had difficulty understanding him. After the interview, he practiced speaking slowly. He repeated simple phrases every day. In his next interview, he spoke clearly. The interviewer understood him easily and he received the job offer. The lesson is simple. Speak slowly and clearly. You do not need advanced vocabulary. You only need clarity. Let us practice slow speaking. Repeat this sentence slowly. I speak clearly and confidently in interviews. One more time. I speak clearly and confidently in interviews. Let us continue from where we left off so you can become even more confident in English for job interviews. You have already learned how to introduce yourself, how to talk about your strengths, how to describe your weaknesses in a positive way, and how to speak calmly and clearly. Now we will go deeper into real interview situations. I want you to imagine each situation as if it is happening to you. I want you to feel the moments, the questions, the answers, the emotions, and the confidence growing inside you. The more you imagine it, the more natural it becomes when you speak in a real interview. Now imagine you are sitting across from an interviewer. You feel a little nervous, but you also feel prepared. You remember your breathing. You remember your simple, clear sentences. The interviewer asks you a question that many candidates find difficult. The question is, can you tell me about a time when you solved a problem? You take a breath. You think calmly. And then you answer. You speak slowly and clearly. You say, in my previous job there was a situation where a customer was unhappy because their order was delayed. I listened to their concerns and apologized sincerely. Then I checked the order status, contacted the delivery team, and made sure the customer received updates. Finally, the order was delivered and the customer thanked me for my support. This example shows problem-solving, communication, and responsibility. This kind of answer uses a simple structure. First, describe the problem. Then describe the action you took. Then describe the result. Problem, action, result. This structure helps you sound organized and confident without complex vocabulary. Let us practice this mentally. Think of a simple problem you faced in your school or job, or even in your daily life. Maybe it was helping someone finish a task. Maybe it was organizing something. Maybe it was solving a disagreement. Now think about what action you took and what positive result came from it. Build a simple sentence. For example, you can say, there was a problem with organizing files, so I created a simple system and it helped everyone find documents more easily. Very natural, clear, and effective. Next, let us talk about another common interview question. Why should we hire you? Many people feel shy answering this because it feels like self-promotion. But remember, an interview is the right place to talk about your strengths. You are not bragging. You are showing your value. You can answer with confidence but also humility. For example, you can say, you should hire me because I am hardworking and reliable. I learn quickly and I enjoy contributing to my team. I believe my skills and my attitude will be useful for this role. Another version could be, you should hire me because I am committed to doing my best and I am eager to grow with your company. A confident, calm sentence like this makes a strong impression. You do not need to be dramatic. You only need to be sincere. Let us practice. I will ask the question and you reply. Why should we hire you? Your answer could be, you should hire me because I am hardworking, I learn quickly, and I am committed to doing my best. Say it slowly. Feel the confidence in your voice. Now let us explore how to talk about skills in interviews. Skills can be technical or soft skills. Technical skills are abilities like coding, designing, data entry, or using specific software. Soft skills are abilities like communication, teamwork, time management, organization, creativity, and problem solving. Interviewers want to know both types of skills. But you must express them in simple sentences. For example, you can say, I have good time management skills. I can organize tasks and complete them on schedule. Or you can say, I have strong communication skills. I listen carefully and express myself clearly. Or you can say, I am good with technology and I enjoy learning new tools. Remember, simple English is powerful when spoken clearly. Let us do a speaking exercise. Repeat these skill sentences slowly. I learn new skills quickly. I communicate clearly. I manage my time well. I work well with others. I enjoy solving problems. Excellent. These are all useful in interviews. Now let us practice describing a project. Even if your project was small, simple, or part of your studies, it still shows your ability to handle responsibility. Here is an example. In my final year project, I worked with my classmates to build a simple mobile application. I focused on the user interface. I learned how to manage tasks and collaborate with others. It was a valuable experience. Here is another example. During my internship, I assisted with customer support. I learned how to respond professionally to customer queries and how to stay patient. A project can come from anywhere. The important thing is to explain it clearly. Now let us move to company knowledge. Interviewers often ask, what do you know about our company? They do not expect you to know everything. They just want to see that you made an effort. You can answer by saying, I know that your company focuses on providing quality services and has a strong reputation. I am inspired by your values and I would like to contribute to your goals. This is simple but respectful. Here is another sentence. I learned that your company is growing and I am excited about the opportunity to be part of that growth. Even this small research shows interest. Now let us practice a small listening exercise. I will describe a short scenario. Listen carefully. A candidate named Kavita is preparing for an interview with a technology company. She visits the company website. She reads about their products. She watches a short video about their mission. In the interview she says, "I know your company focuses on innovation and helping customers use technology more easily. I am inspired by your work and I would like to be part of your team." The interviewer appreciates her effort. Now imagine you are in Kavita's place. Think of a simple sentence you could use to show that you know something about the company. Keep it short and polite. Let us now move to behavioral questions. These questions explore your personality and your reactions. One common question is, how do you handle pressure? Many jobs require calmness under stress. You can answer with a simple sentence like, "I handle pressure by staying organized and focusing on one task at a time." Or you can say, "When I feel stressed, I take a short moment to breathe, then I continue with a clear mind." These are strong answers because they show self-control. Another common question is, how do you deal with conflict? You can say, "If there is a conflict, I listen to the other person's viewpoint and try to find a peaceful solution." Or you can say, "I communicate calmly and try to understand the situation before reacting." Very professional. Now let us practice. I will ask, "How do you handle pressure?" Your answer can be, "I stay organized and take things step by step." And when asked, "How do you deal with conflict?" you can say, "I listen calmly and try to find a positive solution." Now let us talk about cultural fit. Many interviewers want to know if you fit their work environment. They may ask, "How would your colleagues describe you?" You can answer with something simple like, "My colleagues would describe me as supportive, reliable, and easy to work with." Or you can say, "They would say that I am positive and helpful in the workplace." Now let us do another short story for listening practice. There was a candidate named Arun. He was very skilled, but he often spoke too quietly in interviews. The interviewer could not hear him clearly. After several rejections, he decided to practice speaking slightly louder with a steady voice. He recorded himself every day. He repeated simple sentences like, "My name is Arun. I can speak confidently." After a week, he improved. In his next interview, the interviewer listened to him clearly. He received the job. This story shows that confidence is something you can build with small daily practice. Now let us practice speaking clearly. Repeat after me slowly. I speak with confidence and clarity. Again. I speak with confidence and clarity. Good. Now let us explore the question, what motivates you? Interviewers want to understand what drives you. You can answer with simple, honest ideas. You can say, "I am motivated by learning new skills and improving myself." Or you can say, "I feel motivated when I work on meaningful tasks and help my team succeed." Or you can say, "Achieving goals motivates me." All of these are good answers. Let us practice. What motivates you? And your answer is, "I am motivated by learning and improving myself." Very clean, simple, and natural. Now let us move to questions about time management. You may be asked, how do you prioritize tasks? The interviewer wants to know that you handle your work in order. You can answer, "I prioritize tasks by understanding deadlines and importance. I complete the most urgent tasks first and then continue step by step." Or you can say, "I create a simple list and follow it to stay organized." These sentences show professionalism. Another question is, how do you stay organized? You can answer, "I stay organized by planning my work using tools and keeping track of tasks." Or you can say, "I always check my progress and adjust when needed." Let us practice. How do you stay organized? Your answer could be, "I stay organized by planning my work and keeping track of tasks." Now let us talk about mistakes. Interviewers sometimes ask, "Tell me about a mistake you made and what you learned from it." This question is not meant to embarrass you. It is meant to see if you learn from experiences. You can answer with something simple. For example, you can say, once I misunderstood a task because I did not ask enough questions. Now I always confirm instructions to avoid confusion. This shows learning and growth. Let us practice. Tell me about a mistake you made. You answer, one time I misunderstood a task, but I learned to ask questions and confirm instructions. Very strong positive answer. Now we will move into storytelling practice. Stories make your answers more interesting and memorable. You do not need long dramatic stories. Simple short stories are enough. For example, you can say, when I first worked in customer service I felt nervous. But as I helped more customers I became more confident. I realized that patience and good communication can solve most problems. This is a short story, but it shows growth. Let us build a simple story together. Think of a moment when you learned something important at school or work. Maybe you learned how to manage time or how to communicate better. Now describe it in 3 simple parts. What happened? What you learned? How it helped you. This will help you in interviews. Now let us turn to another important moment, the end of the interview. Interviewers often ask, do you have any questions for us? Many candidates say no because they feel nervous. But asking a simple, respectful question shows confidence and interest. You can ask, can you tell me more about the team I will be working with? Or you can ask, what are the main responsibilities for this role? Or you can ask, what opportunities are there for training and growth? These questions are safe, professional, and make a very good impression. Let us practice a polite closing line. You can say, thank you for the opportunity to interview. I appreciate your time. It was great speaking with you. This closing sentence gives a positive final impression. Now let us shift into deeper speaking practice. I will guide you through a mock interview. You can answer in your mind or say the answers aloud. Remember slow, clear sentences. Interviewer, tell me about yourself. You answer with your short introduction. Now the interviewer asks, why do you want this job? You answer with your reason. Then the interviewer asks, what are your strengths? You state 2 strengths clearly. Now the interviewer asks, can you describe a challenge you solved? You give a short, simple story. Then the interviewer asks, where do you see yourself in 5 years? You give your calm answer about growth. Finally the interviewer says, do you have any questions? You ask your polite question. At the end you say, thank you for your time. It was great speaking with you. Visualizing these moments helps your brain feel familiar with them. When you face them in real life, your confidence will be stronger. Now let us build some vocabulary for professionalism. Listen to these words and try to say them after me. Initiative, reliability, efficiency, collaboration, achievement, dedication, performance, quality, accuracy, improvement. You may hear these words in interviews or job descriptions. Use them naturally. For example, you can say, I take initiative when needed, or I focus on accuracy in my work. Now let us do pronunciation slow down practice. Repeat after me very slowly. Initiative, reliability, efficiency, collaboration, achievement. Very good. Let us now practice expressing gratitude, because gratitude creates a positive tone. Repeat after me. Thank you for considering my application. Thank you for this opportunity. I appreciate your time and attention. These expressions show respect and politeness. Now let us talk about confidence building. Confidence does not mean speaking perfect English. Confidence means speaking clearly even if your grammar is not perfect. Confidence means taking a slow breath before answering. Confidence means believing that you can learn and improve. Every interview is a chance to grow. Imagine yourself walking into your next interview. Imagine your back straight, your shoulders relaxed, your breath calm, your mind steady. You greet the interviewer with a gentle smile. You speak slowly. You express your ideas with clarity. Even if you make small mistakes, you continue with confidence. This is the energy that interviewers notice. Now I want to guide you through a confidence affirmation practice. Repeat after me in your mind. I am capable. I am prepared. I can communicate clearly. I can answer confidently. I am improving every day. These simple affirmations help your mindset. Now let us practice listening to longer responses. I will speak slowly and tell you an example answer for the question. Tell me about a time you worked in a team. Listen carefully to the structure. In my last job, I worked in a team of 5 people on a project to improve customer satisfaction. We shared responsibilities. I was responsible for collecting feedback. I communicated with the team daily and reported the results. We created a new system that helped customers receive quicker responses. Our teamwork helped the company improve customer satisfaction. This is a clear, organized answer. Now think of a simple teamwork story from your life. It could be school, work, family, or volunteer work. Describe in your mind what the team did, what your role was, and what the result was. This exercise will help you prepare. Now let us talk about enthusiasm. Interviewers appreciate candidates who show genuine interest. You do not need excited or dramatic speech. A simple sentence like "I am really interested in this role" or "I am excited to learn and contribute" is enough. Let us practice. Say slowly, "I am excited to learn and contribute to this role." Very good. Now let us cover polite expressions. These phrases help you sound professional. Repeat after me. May I ask a question? Could you please repeat that? Could you clarify that for me? Thank you for explaining. These phrases help you manage communication during the interview. Let us also practice asking for time to think. You can say, "May I take a moment to think about that?" This shows maturity and calmness. Now let us practice a deeper breathing and speaking exercise for relaxation. Take a slow breath. Speak this sentence slowly. I am calm and prepared for interviews. Again. I am calm and prepared for interviews. Let us continue our journey of learning English for job interviews. By now you understand many important interview questions and you know how to answer them in clear, simple spoken English. You have practiced breathing, staying calm, and speaking with confidence. In this part we will go even deeper into communication skills, storytelling, polite expressions, and preparing your voice and mind for success. Remember, this whole experience is like training your muscles. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes. Now imagine that you are waiting in the interview room. The interviewer walks in and says, "Thank you for coming today." As simple as this sounds, it is your first chance to show politeness and calmness. You can reply in a gentle tone, "Thank you for inviting me. I appreciate the opportunity." This creates a positive atmosphere. It shows respect and confidence. Many interviews begin with easy questions to make you feel comfortable. The interviewer may ask, "How was your day?" or "Did you have any trouble finding our office?" These questions are not about your skills. They are simply warm-up questions. You can respond easily. You can say, "My day has been good, thank you," or "I found the office easily, thank you." Keep your answers short and friendly. Now let us practice warming up. Repeat after me. My day has been good, thank you. I found the office easily. I appreciate your kindness. These short, polite sentences help you start strong. Next, the interview moves into more serious questions. One question that often appears is, "What do you consider your biggest achievement?" This question helps the interviewer understand what you value and how you contribute. Your achievement does not need to be huge. It can be something small but meaningful. Here is an example of a simple achievement answer. You can say, "One of my achievements was helping my previous team complete a project before the deadline. I organized the tasks, communicated clearly, and supported my team. It taught me the importance of teamwork and planning." This answer shows responsibility, teamwork, and growth without sounding complicated. Here is another example. You can say I am proud of improving my communication skills. When I started my last job, I was shy. Over time, I practiced speaking with customers and colleagues, and I became more confident. This achievement shows personal development. Now think about your own achievements. Maybe you helped someone. Maybe you improved at a certain skill. Maybe you completed a challenging task. Take a moment and build a simple sentence in your mind that describes it. Speak it softly to yourself. Remember, no achievement is too small when expressed with honesty and clarity. Now let us explore another question. What are your salary expectations? Many people feel uncomfortable with this question. If you are not sure about the exact number, you can give a polite general answer. You can say I am open to a fair salary based on the company's standards and the role responsibilities. Or you can say I am flexible and willing to discuss a salary that matches my skills and experience. This shows professionalism and openness. Let us practice. Repeat slowly, I am open to a fair salary based on the company's standards. And repeat this version, I am flexible and willing to discuss a suitable salary. Now we will talk about body language, even though this is an English speaking lesson. Your body language supports your spoken English. Sit upright, not stiff but comfortable. Keep your hands relaxed. Make light eye contact. Nod gently when the interviewer speaks. These small actions show that you are listening and present. Now let us practice a mental visualization. Imagine yourself sitting in a calm position. Your shoulders are relaxed. Your breathing is slow. Your thoughts are clear. You are ready to speak when needed. This simple mental preparation reduces fear and improves communication. Next, let us continue with listening practice. Listening is a big part of interviews. Sometimes the interviewer speaks fast or uses new phrases. You can politely ask for clarification. You can say, could you please repeat that, or can you explain that in another way, or may I ask a clarifying question? These phrases are extremely useful and make you sound professional. Let us practice. Repeat after me. Could you please repeat that? Could you explain that in another way? May I ask a clarifying question? These sentences help you stay calm even when something is unclear. Now let us move into detailed storytelling, because storytelling makes your answers more memorable. Storytelling in interviews should be simple and structured. Here is a clear structure. First, describe the situation. Then describe the action you took. Then describe the result. This is called the situation action result method. You can use it for many questions. Let me tell you a full example story. Listen carefully. In my previous job, our team had difficulty meeting deadlines for reports. The reports were late and our manager was worried. I suggested creating a shared calendar where each person could see their tasks and deadlines. I explained the idea to my teammates and helped set up the calendar. Within a month, our reports were delivered on time and the team felt less stressed. This example shows teamwork, initiative, organization, and problem solving. And all of it is expressed in simple English. Now try creating your own situation action result story in your mind. Think of a simple situation. Think of what you did. Think of the result. Even if the story is small, it still works. Now let us talk about communication style. Some candidates speak too quickly in interviews because they feel nervous. Some speak too slowly because they are afraid of making mistakes. You should speak at a calm, steady pace. This is the best pace for interviews. If you need a moment to think before answering, you can say, let me think for a moment, or that is a good question. Let me consider it. This gives you time and makes you sound thoughtful. Let us practice. Repeat slowly, let me think for a moment. And now repeat, that is a good question. Let me consider it. Now let us talk about emotional control in interviews. Sometimes you may feel anxious or overwhelmed. You may feel pressure to speak perfectly. But remember, interviews are not exams. They are conversations. It is okay to breathe. It is okay to smile. It is okay to think. You can even say, I would like to take a moment to think about that. Interviewers appreciate honesty and calmness. Let us talk about language mistakes. Many learners worry too much about grammar. But in interviews, grammar is less important than clarity. For example, you can say, I have experience in customer service even if it is not grammatically perfect. The main point is that the interviewer understands you. A strong, confident voice is more valuable than perfect grammar. You are learning and improving, and that is already excellent. Now let us practice speaking in long, simple sentences. Repeat after me slowly. I am confident in my ability to learn new skills. I enjoy working with people and solving problems. I am looking for a role where I can contribute to the team and grow professionally. These sentences are smooth, polite, and professional. Now let us practice pronunciation of long words that often appear in interviews. Repeat slowly and clearly. Communication. Responsibility. Consistency. Professionalism. Cooperation. Innovation. Now say them again, but even more slowly. This builds your confidence. Next, let us discuss the question, what do you like to do outside of work? Interviewers ask this to learn about your personality. You can answer in a simple, calm way. You can say, in my free time I enjoy reading and learning new things. Or you can say, I enjoy spending time with my family and staying active. Or you can say, I like practicing new skills that help me grow. Keep it short and sincere. Let us practice. What do you like to do outside of work? Your answer could be, I enjoy reading and learning new things. Next, let us explore questions about leadership. Even if you are applying for an entry-level job, interviewers may ask, tell me about a time you showed leadership. Leadership does not mean being a boss. Leadership means taking responsibility, helping others, and guiding a group. You can say, I showed leadership when I helped my classmates complete a group project. I divided tasks and supported my team. Or you can say, I showed leadership when I guided a new coworker and helped them understand their tasks. These answers show teamwork, responsibility, and initiative. Now repeat slowly. Leadership means helping others and taking responsibility. Now let us continue with confident speaking practice. Repeat after me. I can communicate clearly. I can express my ideas confidently. I am improving every day. These affirmations strengthen your mindset. Now let us talk about the question, why did you leave your last job, or why are you looking for a new job? Many people worry about this question. But the best answer is polite and positive. Never speak negatively about your previous job. You can say, I am looking for new opportunities to grow. Or you can say, I want to build new skills and take on new challenges. Or you can say, I am ready for the next step in my career. These answers are safe and professional. Let us practice. Repeat slowly, I am looking for new opportunities to grow. Now let us talk about questions regarding customer service. Even if you are not applying for a customer service job, interviewers may ask, how do you handle difficult customers, or how do you deal with complaints? They want to see patience and problem solving. You can answer, I listen calmly and try to understand their concern. I stay polite and look for a solution. This shows maturity and professionalism. Repeat after me. I listen calmly and I try to find a solution. Next, let us talk about time pressure. Interviewers sometimes ask, how do you handle working under tight deadlines? You can say, I stay organized and focus on priorities. I break the work into smaller steps and complete them one by one. This answer shows discipline and planning. Now repeat. I stay organized and work step by step. Now let us do a longer listening exercise. Listen carefully because this exercise will help you handle longer interview questions. Imagine a candidate named Neha. She is applying for a project assistant job. The interviewer asks her, can you describe a time when you had to multitask? Neha thinks for a moment. She answers calmly. She says, in my previous job there were days when I had to manage customer calls, prepare reports, and support my team at the same time. I organized my tasks by priority. I handled the urgent calls first. Then I completed the report step by step. I communicated with my team whenever I needed support. By planning my tasks and staying calm, I completed everything on time. This answer shows planning, multitasking, teamwork, and responsibility. Now imagine you are Neha. Think of a simple sentence that describes how you multitask or how you manage multiple responsibilities. Keep it short and clear. Next, let us talk about the question, what do you know about this role? Interviewers want to see if you understand what you are applying for. You can answer simply. You can say, I understand that this role involves supporting the team, completing tasks related to the project, and communicating with colleagues. Or you can say, I know this position requires responsibility, time management, and teamwork. This shows that you understand the role even if you do not know every detail. Now repeat slowly. I understand that this role requires responsibility and teamwork. Next, let us practice a small conversation. Imagine this is happening in real time. Interviewer, can you tell me about your strengths? You answer, my strengths include communication, organization, and problem solving. Interviewer, thank you. And what is one weakness you are working on? You answer, sometimes I focus too much on details, but I am improving my time management. Interviewer, that is understandable. Can you tell me about a time you worked in a team? You answer, you describe a simple teamwork situation. Interviewer, thank you. Do you have any questions for me? You ask your polite question about training or about the team. This conversation is simple but very effective. Now let us build more vocabulary for describing yourself professionally. Repeat after me. Motivated. Dedicated. Focused. Supportive. Adaptable. Cooperative. Enthusiastic. Responsible. These words help you sound confident when describing your personality. Let us practice using them in sentences. I am a motivated learner. I am dedicated to improving my skills. I am supportive and easy to work with. I am adaptable and can handle new situations. Excellent. Now let us talk about closing the interview smoothly. Many candidates forget the importance of the final moment. At the end of the interview, you should sound polite, positive, and grateful. You can say, thank you for your time. I enjoyed speaking with you. Or you can say, thank you for the opportunity. I appreciate the chance to learn more about the role. Or you can say, it was a pleasure meeting you. Thank you for considering my application. These lines give you a strong finish. Now repeat after me. Thank you for your time. It was great speaking with you. Next, let us return to confidence building. Confidence comes from preparation. When you practice your answers out loud every day, you train your voice. When you breathe slowly, you train your mind. When you imagine yourself succeeding, you train your attitude. All of these prepare you for real interviews. Let us do another affirmation practice. Repeat after me. I am confident. I am prepared. I can communicate effectively. I can answer calmly. I believe in myself. Now I want to give you another listening exercise. Imagine a candidate named Imran. He is applying for an administrative job. The interviewer asks him, how do you stay organized? Imran answers, I stay organized by planning my day early. I create a simple list of tasks. I complete the urgent items first and check my progress through the day. This helps me stay focused and productive. The interviewer smiles because his answer is clear and structured. Now imagine the interviewer asks him, how do you handle feedback? Some candidates feel uncomfortable answering this. But feedback is part of every job. Imran answers, I appreciate feedback because it helps me improve. When I receive feedback, I listen carefully and make changes where needed. This shows maturity. Now let us practice answering the question, how do you handle feedback? Repeat slowly, I appreciate feedback because it helps me improve. Let us now talk about voice tone. You do not need to sound overly excited or dramatic. A calm, polite voice is perfect. If you feel nervous, imagine speaking to a friend or a teacher. Speak with kindness. The interviewer will feel your sincerity. Now let us practice speaking in a soft, steady tone. Repeat this slowly. I am calm. I am prepared. I speak clearly. Now let us move into practical interview simulation. Imagine you are sitting in front of me and I am the interviewer. I will ask you questions and you answer in your mind. Tell me about yourself. Why are you interested in this job? What are your strengths? What is one weakness you are working on? Can you describe a time you solved a problem? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Do you have any questions for us? This simulation prepares your mind for real interviews. You can repeat this every day. Now let us add more vocabulary that shows motivation and professionalism. Repeat after me. Initiative. Commitment. Integrity. Productivity. Accuracy. Support. Collaboration. Preparation. These words appear often in interviews and in job descriptions. Let us practice using a few of them in sentences. I always show commitment to my work. I focus on accuracy and quality. I enjoy collaboration with my team. Excellent. Now let us talk about handling unexpected questions. Sometimes interviewers ask unusual or surprising questions like, what is your favorite book, or what animal represents your personality? These questions test your creativity. You can answer simply. For example, my favorite book is one that inspires me to learn. Or if I were an animal, I would be a dolphin because they are cooperative and intelligent. You do not need perfect answers. You only need calmness and clarity. Now let us practice. Repeat slowly. I answer unexpected questions calmly and confidently. Next we will discuss the question, why do you think you are a good fit for this role? You can answer, I am a good fit because my skills match the responsibilities and I have a strong desire to contribute. Or you can say, I am a good fit because I learn quickly and work well with others. Repeat slowly. I am a good fit because I learn quickly and communicate clearly. Now let us practice a full detailed answer. I believe I am a good fit for this role because I have the skills, the positive attitude, and the motivation needed. I am eager to contribute to the team and grow professionally. This is a powerful but simple answer. Now let us continue with story practice. This time imagine a candidate named Asha. She is applying for a finance assistant position. The interviewer asks her, tell me about a time you improved a process. Asha answers, in my last internship I noticed that our team often struggled to find documents on time. I suggested organizing the files into labeled folders. I worked with my team to set up the new system. After that, everyone could find documents more quickly. This improved our efficiency. A simple story like this shows observation, initiative, and improvement. Now imagine a story from your own life where you improved something. Maybe you helped make a process easier. Maybe you suggested a simple idea that helped others. Think of it now and form a simple sentence describing it. Now let us talk about presentations. Some jobs require presenting ideas. Interviewers may ask, are you comfortable speaking in front of others? You can answer, I can speak in front of others and I am improving my presentation skills. Or you can say, I may not be perfect but I am confident and willing to practice. This shows honesty and growth. Repeat slowly. I am comfortable speaking and I am improving my skills. Next, let us discuss flexibility. Interviewers may ask, are you flexible with tasks or schedule? You can say, yes, I am flexible. I can adjust to new tasks and I am willing to learn. This is simple and very positive. Now repeat. I am flexible and open to learning. Next, let us talk about reliability. Interviewers want dependable employees. You can say I am reliable and I complete tasks on time. Or you can say I take my responsibilities seriously. This builds trust. Repeat after me. I am reliable and responsible. Now we will practice speaking with emotional warmth. Imagine you are smiling gently while speaking these words. Repeat slowly. Thank you for your time. I appreciate this opportunity. Your tone becomes inviting, calm, and friendly. Interviewers respond well to warmth. Let us also talk about closing questions you can ask. These questions help you show interest. You can ask, what qualities are you looking for in a successful candidate, or what are the next steps in the hiring process, or can you tell me more about the work culture? These questions show curiosity and professionalism. Repeat. What are the next steps in the hiring process? Now let us continue building your confidence with a longer affirmation. Repeat slowly. I am capable of speaking clearly. I am capable of learning quickly. I am capable of succeeding in job interviews. Every day I become more confident. Now I will tell you one more story that will help you feel strong. There was a young woman named Tara who wanted a job in an international company. She felt nervous because her English was not perfect. But she practiced speaking every day. She listened to interview questions. She answered them out loud in her room. She imagined success. On the day of the interview, she felt nervous but also prepared. She spoke slowly. She breathed calmly. She smiled. She answered with honesty and clarity. Even though she made small mistakes, the interviewer appreciated her confidence and sincerity. Tara was selected. Her story teaches us that clear communication, passion, and confidence are more important than perfection. Let us practice slow pronunciation again. Repeat after me. Opportunity. Professionalism. Motivation. Dedication. Experience. Responsibility. Now say them again even more clearly. Let us continue building your confidence and your skills for English job interviews. You have already learned how to answer many important questions and how to express yourself in a calm and clear way. In this part, we will explore more advanced answers, more real-life scenarios, and more storytelling exercises that help you sound professional in simple English. Remember, the goal is not perfect grammar. The goal is natural communication, clear ideas, and steady confidence. Let us begin with a question that often appears in interviews for professional roles. The interviewer may ask, how do you manage your workload when you have multiple responsibilities? This question is about organization and time management. A simple, strong answer is, I manage my workload by understanding what is most urgent and most important. I create a simple plan, break tasks into smaller steps, and complete them one by one. I also communicate with my team if I need support. This answer shows maturity and discipline. Let us practice. Repeat slowly. I manage my workload by planning, staying organized, and working step by step. Now let us imagine a deeper scenario. You are working on a project with a deadline approaching. Your teammate is absent, and some tasks are left incomplete. The interviewer asks, what would you do in this situation? You can answer calmly, I would stay focused, review the tasks that remain, and complete the ones I can manage. I would communicate with my supervisor to update them and ask for guidance if needed. This answer shows responsibility, communication, and problem solving. Repeat slowly. I stay calm, review the tasks, and communicate clearly during challenges. Next, let us talk about a difficult but important question. Tell me about a time you faced failure. Many people struggle with this question because they fear looking weak. But interviewers do not expect you to be perfect. They want to see how you learn from experiences. A simple safe answer is in one situation I tried to complete a task alone, but I made a mistake because I did not ask for help. After that experience I learned to communicate more and to ask questions when needed. This shows growth and responsibility. Repeat slowly. I learn from my mistakes and use them to improve. Now let us talk about remote work because many jobs today involve online tasks or communication. An interviewer might ask, are you comfortable working remotely, or how do you stay productive when working from home? You can answer, I stay productive by creating a quiet workspace, planning my tasks, and avoiding distractions. Or you can say, I communicate regularly with my team and make sure I meet deadlines even when working remotely. This shows discipline and adaptability. Repeat slowly. I stay productive by planning my tasks and staying focused. Now let us explore communication skills more deeply. Communication in interviews includes not only speaking but also listening. When an interviewer asks a long question, you might feel unsure. Do not panic. Always remember that you can ask politely for repetition or clarification. This is a powerful skill. For example, you can say, could you please repeat that question? Or you can say, I want to make sure I understand. Could you explain that again? These sentences show confidence and professionalism. Repeat after me. Could you please repeat that question? And again. I want to make sure I understand. Could you explain that again? Now let us talk about attitude. Many interviewers look for a positive attitude because a positive person can uplift the team and create a good work environment. You do not have to sound overly cheerful. You only need to show calm optimism. A simple sentence like I try to stay positive even during challenges shows maturity. Now repeat slowly. I try to stay positive and calm in every situation. Next, I want to talk about something very important: staying honest in interviews. Some candidates feel pressure to exaggerate their skills. But honesty creates trust. If you do not know something, you can simply say, I am not familiar with that yet, but I am willing to learn. This sentence is powerful because it shows humility and willingness to grow. Repeat after me. I am not familiar with that yet, but I am willing to learn. Now let us work on speaking with clarity. One way to improve clarity is by practicing full sentences that flow smoothly. Repeat slowly. I enjoy learning new skills and contributing to my team. Now another one. I stay organized by planning my tasks and managing my time well. And now another one. I focus on delivering quality work and improving myself every day. These sentences help you speak with confidence and smooth rhythm. Now let us continue with scenarios. Imagine you are in an interview for a customer support role. The interviewer asks, how do you calm an angry customer? You can answer, I stay patient, listen to their concern, and speak in a calm voice. I apologize if needed and try to find a solution. This answer shows maturity and emotional control. Repeat slowly. I stay patient, listen carefully, and work on a solution. Now let us practice a question related to teamwork. The interviewer may ask, describe your ideal team environment. You can reply, I enjoy working in a team where people support each other, communicate openly, and respect different ideas. Simple, clear, and positive. Repeat slowly. I enjoy a team that communicates and supports each other. Next, let us talk about the question, what motivates you to perform well? You can answer, I feel motivated when I achieve goals, learn new skills, and see the positive impact of my work. Or you can say, helping my team succeed motivates me. These answers express sincerity. Now repeat after me. I feel motivated when I learn and achieve goals. Now let us explore diversity and inclusion. Many modern companies value communication across cultures. An interviewer may ask, have you worked with people from different backgrounds? You can answer, yes, I have worked with different people and I appreciate learning from others. I believe diversity brings new ideas and helps teams grow. This is a positive, inclusive answer. Repeat slowly. I respect different backgrounds and enjoy learning from others. Now let us practice handling silence. Sometimes after you answer a question, the interviewer stays silent. Many candidates panic because they think they said something wrong. But silence is normal. Interviewers may be taking notes or thinking. You do not need to fill the silence. You can simply sit calmly and wait. This shows confidence. Repeat slowly. I stay calm even when there is silence. Now let us continue with a listening and story exercise. Listen carefully. A young man named Ravi applied for a technical support job. He studied hard for the interview. But during the interviewer asked him a question he did not expect. Ravi felt nervous but remembered to stay calm. He smiled softly and said, "That is a good question. Let me think for a moment." He took a breath and then gave a simple, honest answer. The interviewer appreciated his calmness. Even though he did not have the perfect answer, he showed professionalism, confidence, and willingness to learn. Ravi received the job offer. This story teaches us that calmness and honesty often make a bigger impact than perfect technical knowledge. Now repeat slowly. I can stay calm even when I do not know every answer. Now let us talk about professional vocabulary that expresses growth and improvement. Repeat after me. Develop. Enhance. Expand. Strengthen. Improve. Progress. Learn. Apply. These words show growth and are very useful in interviews. Let us use them in simple sentences. I want to develop my skills. I hope to strengthen my communication. I continue to improve and learn every day. Now let us practice deeper self-description. Interviewers may ask, how would you describe your work style? A simple, strong answer is, I am organized, focused, and consistent. I like to complete my tasks on time and support my team. You can also say, I work carefully and I communicate openly. Choose the words that feel true for you. Repeat slowly. I am organized, focused, and consistent. Now let us talk about availability. Interviewers may ask, when can you join our company? You can answer, I can join immediately or I can join after. State your timeline. Keep it simple. Repeat. I can join as soon as needed. Next, let us talk about relocation. Some companies may ask, are you willing to relocate? You can say, yes, I am open to relocating if needed, or no, I prefer to work in my current location if relocation is difficult. Honesty is important. Now let us talk about technical skills. If you are applying for a role that requires technical knowledge, keep your explanation simple. For example, you can say, I have experience using basic computer tools and learning new software quickly. Or I have worked with databases and understand how to organize information. Do not worry about advanced vocabulary. Use simple language with clear meaning. Repeat slowly. I learn new tools quickly and enjoy technology. Now let us continue with pronunciation practice. Repeat slowly. Professional. Confident. Organized. Motivated. Supportive. Dedicated. Responsible. Reliable. These are foundational words in interviews. Now let us practice more interview-style questions. Imagine the interviewer asks, what do you think is the most important quality for success in this role? You can say, I believe the most important quality is responsibility because responsible employees complete their tasks carefully. Or you can say communication is important because it helps the team work effectively. Choose a simple idea and express it clearly. Now repeat slowly. Responsibility is important because it helps me complete my work well. Next, let us explore conflict resolution. Interviewers may ask, tell me about a time you disagreed with someone at work. You can answer, I had a disagreement once about how to complete a task. I listened to the other person's viewpoint and we discussed calmly. We found a solution and worked together. This shows maturity and cooperation. Repeat slowly. I listen carefully and try to find a solution during disagreements. Now let us practice describing your daily routine. Some interviewers ask, what does a productive day look like for you? You can answer, a productive day is when I plan my tasks, stay focused, and complete my goals for the day. Or you can say, a productive day means communicating effectively with my team and staying organized. Repeat after me. A productive day is when I stay focused and complete my tasks. Next, let us talk about long-term goals. Interviewers like to know if you have direction. You can say, my long-term goal is to grow in my career and take on more responsibility. Or you can say, I want to develop strong skills and contribute to the company in a meaningful way. Repeat slowly. My long-term goal is to grow and take on more responsibility. Now let us talk about self-improvement. Interviewers may ask, how do you improve yourself? You can say, I improve myself by learning new skills, reading, and asking for feedback. These answers show maturity. Repeat slowly. I improve myself by learning and practicing every day. Next, let us practice another listening scenario. Listen carefully. A woman named Sana is interviewing for an office assistant position. The interviewer asks her, how do you handle tasks that you do not enjoy? Sana answers, I focus on completing the task professionally even if it is not my favorite. I remind myself that every responsibility is important for the team. This answer shows maturity and discipline. Now imagine your own answer. Think of a simple sentence like, I complete all tasks with responsibility even if they are challenging. Next, let us talk about working with supervisors. Interviewers may ask, how do you work with your manager? You can answer, I communicate clearly with my manager, ask questions when needed, and give updates on my tasks. This is simple and shows responsibility. Repeat slowly. I communicate openly with my manager and give updates. Now let us strengthen your pronunciation again. Repeat slowly after me. Communication. Responsibility. Collaboration. Initiative. Improvement. Professionalism. Confidence. Consistency. Now let us practice sounding steady and calm. Speak this sentence slowly. I am ready for interviews and I speak with clarity. Again. I am ready for interviews and I speak with clarity. Now let us talk about emotional intelligence. Some interviewers ask, how do you handle criticism? You can answer, I listen calmly to criticism and use it to improve myself. This makes you sound mature and emotionally intelligent. Repeat slowly. I listen to criticism calmly and use it to improve. Now let us practice describing a challenge in detail. I will guide you. First, imagine a small challenge you faced. It could be misunderstanding a task or managing time. Now think of what you did to solve it. Now think of the positive result. Put these three things together in a simple sentence. For example, I once misunderstood a task, but I asked questions and corrected it, and my manager appreciated my effort. This is a strong interview-style answer. Now let us practice emotional balance. Interviews may create nervousness, but deep breathing helps. Take a slow breath. Hold gently. Exhale slowly. Now repeat after me. I remain calm. I remain steady. I remain confident. Now let us continue with a story for motivation. There was a candidate named Veena. She wanted a job at a large company but felt insecure about her English. She practiced every night, repeating simple sentences, listening to sample answers, and imagining success. During her interview, she spoke slowly and clearly. She smiled. She used simple vocabulary. The interviewer felt her sincerity. Even though she did not speak perfect English, she communicated effectively. She received the job. This story teaches us that practice and clarity are more important than perfection. Repeat after me. I can succeed with practice and clarity. Now let us continue with professional vocabulary. Repeat slowly. Productivity. Efficiency. Creativity. Flexibility. Adaptability. Reliability. Accuracy. Improvement. Now let us create simple sentences with these words. I focus on productivity by organizing my tasks. I work with efficiency by planning ahead. I show flexibility by adjusting to new tasks. I show reliability by finishing tasks on time. Now we will talk about something many interviewers look for: initiative. Initiative means taking action before being asked. You can express it by saying I take initiative by helping when I see a need or by suggesting ways to improve tasks. Repeat slowly. I take initiative when needed. Now let us practice a real interview-style answer. Tell me about a time when you helped improve something. You can say, in my previous role I noticed that customers often asked similar questions. I suggested creating a simple guide to answer common questions. This made work easier for the team and customers were happier. This is a strong improvement story. Next, let us talk about understanding instructions. Some interviewers ask, how do you make sure you understand instructions correctly? You can say, I make sure I understand by listening carefully and repeating the instructions to confirm. If needed, I ask polite questions. This shows responsibility. Repeat after me. I confirm instructions to avoid misunderstanding. Now let us practice more calm breathing. Inhale slowly. Hold. Exhale with ease. Now speak this sentence slowly. I am confident and ready for success. Let us begin with one of the most important abilities in an interview: the ability to summarize yourself clearly. Interviewers often say, can you summarize your experience for me, or can you briefly tell me what you bring to this role? You can answer with a calm, simple summary that includes your background, your skills, and your motivation. For example, you can say, I have experience in this field, I have strong communication and teamwork skills, and I am motivated to contribute and learn. This short summary creates a positive impression. Repeat slowly. I have useful experience, I have strong skills, and I am motivated to learn and contribute. Now let us move on to a deeper question. Interviewers may ask, what is the biggest lesson you have learned in your career or in your personal development? This is a chance to show maturity and emotional intelligence. Your answer can be simple. You can say, the biggest lesson I learned is that communication and teamwork are essential for success. Or you can say, I learned that asking questions and learning from mistakes helps me grow faster. Or you can say, I learned that staying calm and organized can solve most challenges. Repeat slowly. The biggest lesson I learned is that communication and continuous learning lead to success. Now let us talk about self-awareness. Interviewers appreciate candidates who understand themselves, their strengths and their weaknesses. You may be asked, what do you think others appreciate about you? You can answer, others appreciate that I am reliable, supportive, and easy to work with. Or you can say, people appreciate that I stay calm under pressure and try to help the team. These answers show emotional intelligence. Repeat slowly. People appreciate that I am reliable and supportive. Now let us practice a different type of answer. Sometimes interviewers ask questions that begin with how would you handle or what would you do if. These are called hypothetical questions. They test your judgment. Let me give you a few examples and show you how to answer simply. If the interviewer asks, what would you do if you disagreed with a coworker's idea, you can say, I would listen to their idea respectfully, share my viewpoint calmly, and try to find a balanced solution. If the interviewer asks what would you do if you received unclear instructions, you can say I would ask polite questions to clarify the task and make sure I understand exactly what is needed. If the interviewer asks what would you do if you needed to learn a new tool quickly, you can say I would practice consistently, ask for guidance, and learn step by step. Repeat slowly. I listen carefully, I communicate clearly, and I find solutions calmly. Now let us explore creativity. Some interviewers may test creativity by asking how would you improve our product or what ideas would you bring to this team. You do not need to be perfect. You can answer I would first understand the current process, observe how things work, and then share simple ideas for improvement. This shows humility and thoughtful creativity. Repeat slowly. I observe, I understand, and I contribute ideas respectfully. Now let us do an extended listening practice. I will tell you a longer story. Listen carefully and imagine the situation clearly in your mind. This story will also help you answer advanced interview questions. There was a young man named Karen who wanted to work in a large company. He prepared for weeks. He practiced speaking in front of a mirror. He studied simple sentences and practiced his breathing. On the day of the interview he felt nervous, but he remembered everything he had practiced. The interviewer asked him many questions. They asked, "Tell me about yourself." Karen answered clearly and calmly. They asked, "Why do you want this job?" Karen expressed his interest and his desire to contribute. Then they asked him a difficult question. They said, "Can you describe a time when you had to make a difficult decision?" Karen paused for a moment. He breathed softly. He said, "In my previous job I had to decide between completing a task alone or asking a teammate for help. The deadline was close. I decided to ask for help because collaboration would speed up the work. My teammate helped me complete the task successfully, and I realized that teamwork can be more effective than working alone." The interviewer appreciated his honesty and clarity. After more questions, the interview ended. Karen stood up, smiled gently, and said, "Thank you for your time. I appreciate the opportunity." A few days later, Karen received an email saying he was selected. His calmness and clarity made the difference. This story teaches us that breathing, thinking, pausing, and speaking with clarity can turn difficult questions into opportunities to shine. Now repeat slowly. I can pause, breathe, and answer with clarity even when questions are difficult. Now let us talk about something very useful for interviews: emotional connection. Interviewers often choose candidates not only based on skills but based on how the candidate makes them feel. If you speak in a warm, calm, friendly voice, you create a positive emotional connection. You can say, "Thank you for explaining," or "I appreciate the question," or "That is helpful information." These small expressions show gratitude and respect. Repeat slowly. I speak with warmth, respect, and clarity. Now let us practice deep, long answers. I will give you a question and then a long answer for you to listen to. After that, you will practice mentally building your own. Here is the question: tell me about a time you learned something new quickly. Listen to the answer. In my previous job, I had to learn a new software tool for managing data. At first I felt unsure, but I practiced for a few hours every day. I watched tutorials, asked my colleagues for help, and took notes. Within a week I became comfortable using the tool and I could complete my tasks independently. This experience taught me that with practice and guidance I can learn new things quickly. Now think of your own situation where you learned something new. Imagine explaining it step by step. You do not need complex vocabulary. You only need honesty and clarity. Now let us talk about how to answer questions about work environment preferences. Interviewers may ask, "What type of work environment do you prefer?" You can answer, "I prefer a calm and organized work environment where communication is open and teamwork is encouraged." Or you can say, "I work well in environments where tasks are clear and people support each other." This shows that you value harmony and clarity. Repeat slowly. I prefer a positive and supportive work environment. Next, let us discuss how to talk about deadlines. Interviewers may ask, how do you meet deadlines? A simple answer is, I meet deadlines by planning early, breaking the work into smaller steps, and checking my progress regularly. This shows discipline. Repeat slowly. I meet deadlines by planning early and working steadily. Now let us practice confidence through slow, strong speaking. Repeat after me. I can communicate effectively. I can express my ideas clearly. I can handle interviews with calmness and confidence. Now let us talk about closing questions once again, because these questions create your final impression. When the interviewer asks, do you have any questions, you should ask something polite and meaningful. You can ask what will be the next steps in the hiring process, or how does the team usually collaborate on tasks, or what qualities are most important for success in this role. These questions show interest and professionalism. Repeat slowly. What are the next steps in the hiring process? Now let us shift into storytelling practice again, but this time you will speak more confidently in your mind. Imagine a moment when you helped someone solve a problem. Maybe you helped a coworker, a friend, or a family member. Now imagine describing it in 3 simple parts: the problem, your action, and the result. For example, you can say, my friend was struggling with organizing important documents. I helped them create labeled folders. After that, they could find everything easily. This simple story shows organization, helpfulness, and initiative. Now think of your own story and build it mentally in simple English. Now let us talk about how to talk about training and learning. Interviewers may ask, how do you prefer to learn new skills? You can answer, I learn best by practicing regularly and asking questions when needed. Or you can say, I learn through hands-on experience and supportive guidance. This shows your learning style. Repeat slowly. I learn best through practice and guidance. Now let us talk about something many candidates overlook: clarity of purpose. Interviewers want to know why you want the job. You have learned simple answers, but now let us explore a deeper version. You can say, I want this job because it matches my skills and allows me to grow. I am excited to contribute to the team and build my career in this direction. This answer shows purpose and commitment. Repeat slowly. I want this job because it matches my skills and helps me grow. Now let us discuss how to answer questions about handling mistakes. You have learned the basic pattern, but let us deepen it. You can say, when I make a mistake, I stay calm and correct it quickly. I reflect on what happened and learn how to avoid the same mistake in the future. This answer shows emotional intelligence. Repeat slowly. When I make a mistake, I correct it and learn from it. Now let us talk about how to highlight your reliability. You can say, I am reliable because I complete my work on time and follow through on my commitments. Reliability is one of the most valuable qualities in interviews. Repeat slowly. I am reliable and consistent in my work. Now let us discuss longer role play. Imagine you are now in a full interview and I will play both parts again. Listen and imagine yourself sitting comfortably, speaking clearly. Interviewer, thank you for coming today. How are you? Candidate, I am doing well, thank you. How are you? Interviewer, I am fine. Let us begin. Tell me about yourself. Candidate, you give your clear, simple introduction. Interviewer, why do you want this job? Candidate, you explain your motivation calmly. Interviewer, what are your strengths? Candidate, you mention your 2 or 3 strengths. Interviewer, what is one weakness you are working on? Candidate, you give a positive improving weakness. Interviewer, tell me about a time you solved a problem. Candidate, you give your story using the situation, action, result structure. Interviewer, how do you work under pressure? Candidate, you explain your calm approach. Interviewer, do you have any questions for us? Candidate, yes, you ask one polite question about training or teamwork. Interviewer, thank you for your time. Candidate, thank you for the opportunity. It was great speaking with you. This full roleplay helps your mind feel prepared and calm. Now let us practice self-confidence again. Repeat slowly. I believe in myself. I am prepared. I can speak clearly and calmly. I am improving every day. I am ready for success. Let us now talk about voice training. Your voice is a powerful tool. You do not need a loud voice. You need a clear, steady, confident voice. Practice speaking slower than you normally do. Practice taking a breath before starting each answer. When you speak slowly, your English becomes more understandable and more confident. Repeat slowly. I speak slowly, clearly, and confidently. Now let us discuss how to handle interviewer reactions. Sometimes the interviewer smiles. Sometimes they look serious. Sometimes they nod. Sometimes they write notes. None of these reactions mean anything bad. Keep your calmness. Keep your tone steady. Focus only on your message. Repeat slowly. I stay focused on my message. Now let us practice discussing past roles with positivity. Even if your previous job was difficult, you must speak positively. You can say, I am grateful for my previous role because it taught me many skills. Or you can say, I appreciate the experience I gained in my last position. These sentences show gratitude. Repeat slowly. I am grateful for the experience I gained. Now let us practice answering a challenging question. Why should we choose you over other candidates? This question can feel intimidating. But your answer can be simple. You can say, you should choose me because I am hardworking, reliable, and eager to contribute. I learn quickly and I am committed to doing my best. This is calm, strong, honest, and professional. Repeat slowly. You should choose me because I work hard and I am committed to doing my best. Now let us practice another deeper listening exercise. Imagine a candidate named Ritu. She is applying for a role in human resources. The interviewer asks her, can you tell me about a time when you supported someone who was struggling? Ritu answers, in my last internship, a new team member was finding it difficult to understand a process. I sat with them, explained the process step by step, and gave simple tips. After a few days, they became confident. This experience taught me the value of patience and guidance. This answer shows kindness and teamwork. Now imagine your own simple supportive moment and build a sentence about it in your mind. Now let us talk about honesty and clarity when you do not know an answer. If the interviewer asks you something very technical and you do not know the answer, you can say, I am not sure about that yet, but I am willing to learn. This is strong and honest. Repeat slowly. I am not sure about that yet, but I am willing to learn. Now let us discuss personal qualities. Interviewers may ask, how would you describe your personality? You can answer, I am calm, friendly, and focused. Or I am positive, responsible, and eager to learn. These simple qualities make a strong impression. Repeat slowly. I am calm, friendly, and focused. Now let us conclude your training with a deep guided confidence practice. Close your eyes if you want and imagine yourself preparing for your real interview. You wake up earlier than usual. You breathe calmly. You prepare your documents. You dress neatly. You speak a few sentences to warm up your voice. You repeat your affirmations. I am confident. I am ready. I will speak clearly. Now imagine walking into the interview room. You smile gently. Your hands are relaxed. Your voice is calm. When the interviewer asks a question, you take a breath and respond clearly. You listen closely. You answer with honesty. You express your strengths. You speak with kindness and professionalism. Every answer flows smoothly. You feel yourself growing more confident. You feel proud of your progress. You finish the interview with a warm thank you. And you walk out knowing you have done your best. Now repeat slowly. I am ready. I am confident. I will succeed. Now let me give you a final motivational message to close this long lesson. Remember that job interviews are not tests of perfection. They are conversations between people. Interviewers are not looking for perfect English. They are looking for clarity, confidence, honesty, and a positive attitude. You have everything you need to succeed. You have learned how to introduce yourself clearly. You have learned how to talk about your strengths and weaknesses. You have learned how to answer difficult questions with calmness. You have learned how to tell stories, show your personality, express your motivation, and build trust. You have learned how to breathe, how to stay calm, how to think before speaking, and how to finish with a strong closing. Every time you practice these skills, you become stronger. Every sentence you speak moves you closer to your goal. You are capable. You are prepared. You are ready for any interview that comes your way. Believe in yourself and continue practicing. Let your voice be calm. Let your confidence grow. And always remember that improvement is a journey, not a race. Thank you for spending this learning time with me today. I hope this session brings you clarity, confidence, and peace. Keep practicing. Keep believing. And step into your next interview with courage and calmness. You are ready.